a pop star in the 60s had some very enjoyable side benefits.
We were getting mobbed wherever we went, clothes torn off, thousands of people waiting at airports, naked girls in beds wherever we went. I mean, waiting in hotels. It was craziness. You know, I was being chased down the street. I was being getting your clothes ripped off. It was fantastic. It's how it was.
Not only were the fans after him, but some of our stars as well.
And I had a crush on Billy Thorpe, but I couldn't get to Billy Thorpe. Can you imagine? Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chrissy's cousin, our own little Paddy.
There's only one person I know apart from me that might need that, but I think I'll go without it, thank you. Billy was 17 when I first met him. I was 14. We were just a couple of kids, really. We were backstage at Surf City, getting ready to do our shows. I was very quiet and very nervous. I'd hardly done any shows, but Billy had done lots of shows. Even then, I knew he was special. A great singer, a great guitarist, a great performer with, well, a healthy amount of attitude. Maybe just a bit more than a healthy amount. Yet, through all that, he managed to make me feel better when, just as I was walking on stage, he yelled out, "You can do it, little one. Just go out there and kick them in the guts. They'll love you." That was Bill. And so began our friendship. I didn't see him for years when he was overseas, but in 1998, we were part of a small group of pioneer rockers recognised by Australia Post, who issued stamps in our honour. Billy and I had our first long conversation in years. It was terrific. We spoke, of course, about our families and the music business and how wonderful it was to have such occasions like the stamp launch, where musicians and performers so proudly celebrated our work, the work we love so much. Billy did have a strong sense and understanding of the history of Australian rock and roll. It wasn't just about him. He knew all about it, and he understood it too. He understood its place in history, and he knew it, and he thought it should be up there. Sometimes it was. "I'd love to get us rockers together," he said, "and put on the greatest rock and roll show ever." And just a few years later, his dream came true. The one George told you about. His baby, his idea, Billy's idea, Long Way to the Top, was born, and what a show it was. I think some of you might have been to that show. I can see baby boomers everywhere. Billy Thorpe didn't have any off nights. Every Thorpe performance was one of commitment and conviction. Every single night he raised the roof. Many people have said to me, "Gee, I bet you all had a lot of wild parties on that Long Way to the Top tour." Well, there were a few parties, but they were only a little bit wild. These days, instead of comparisons between bourbon and scotch, actually, I've got a secret, there are conversations discussing the merits and benefits of Twining's tea compared to Lipton's tea. You see, we'd all grown up, except for a few of us who still can't live without our on-the-road banter, our many jokes and our just good old-fashioned camaraderie. Bill had a wonderful sense of humour. His childlike sense of fun shone through every day. For me, he was like a big brother who liked to torment me, and I really loved every minute of it. But there was another beautiful side to Billy. At the drop of a hat, he would help fellow performers and musicians in need. You didn't have to ask him twice. There were many charity shows, many benefit shows many acts of kindness. Like the time on tour he helped Max Merritt. We all know Max, such a shy, reserved kind of person, isn't he? You know? You see, I used to sit at the front of the bus every day and knit away the hours between towns. Knit, 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 knit. Billy would say, "Hey, Amphlett, you're starting to look like Madame Defarge." At the time, I was knitting a black mohair jumper for my husband. Always the ideas man. Billy came to me and said, "I want to help Max and you can help me." Paddy, you see, when Max is overseas, which is often, he becomes really, really homesick. He really misses Australia. Do you think when you've finished that jumper, do you think you could knit something for Max? Perhaps a little memento of Australia? I thought, oh, that's a nice idea of Billy's. Really lovely. So I had some wool left over and I knitted him a lovely little map of Tasmania. What a lovely idea of Billy's. Always willing to help his friends. There was Billy the performer, Billy the larrikin, Billy the irreverent larrikin, Billy the very loving family man. You only had to mention his wife and daughters and you'd get half an hour out of Billy. He was a real good family man. He was a really great Australian, a truly great Australian. I'm always going to remember Billy as that naughty little kid who never grew up, and I'll always love him too. This little song, it's only a baby song, is for Billy. We lost the sunshine and roses, we lost the heavens of blue, we lost the beautiful rainbow, we lost the morning dew, we lost the angel who gave us sunshine the whole winter through. We lost the gladness that turned into sadness when I lost you. Billy.
Yes.